It is now time for The Health, and guess who's back?
Yay,
Bonnie's
me.
back. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning. Thank you.
I'm good. Good to
I'm
see you.
good.
Hey, so I have a question for you. Text topic. We're talking about on a day off, let's say not today, because obviously you had to
Okay.
come to radio.
Yeah.
On a day off, like a real true day off, do you tend to wake up at the same time versus wake up later than usual, meaning like sleep in, versus wake up earlier than usual?
Oh.
And surprisingly, some of our most of our
Definitely
listeners,
not earlier.
not earlier. Okay, you're like, no, hard no on that. Okay.
I usually wake up at the same time, but
Yes.
I'll then go back to sleep usually. If I don't have anything to do,
That's a good
nothing
one,
on the
yeah.
schedule, I
like,
usually wake up at the same time, but then I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to do. And
Go
I'll
back.
allow myself an extra like 30, 40 minutes.
Has everyone gotten out their like fall or winter blankets? Has everybody transitioned over? Not yet.
Not yet. I just got back to Korea like a couple of days ago.
Oh, so not yet.
I'm surprised it's still so warm. I thought it was going to be colder.
So we were hoping.
Yeah.
But hey, wait just a couple days after the rain. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited to get the blankets out there. Like the door is open. I want to get them
please,
out.
please. All right, let's get into our topic. What are we talking about?
Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about this topic that has been trending on articles from
Yes.
Forbes, Newsweek, CNN, Washington Post. They are all claiming that travel can actually reverse the aging process and keep us young.
Let's go right now.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the waivers.
So, Pini, I
Hamza,
wasn't
come
on vacation. I was actually just doing research for this episode.
It was just research.
Yes, I was just doing research for 3 weeks. Very, very into this topic. So
Yes.
this all stemmed from a study that was done at Edith Cowan University in Australia, and it was published by the Science Daily in August. And so it kind of made all these people think about this because real study came out with real research, and they said how positive traveling experiences can help maintain a body's low entropy or gradual decline of aging. So the researchers found that a lot of the lifestyle practices that people have on vacations match those that which mental health experts also contribute to a
Yes.
healthy and happy life. So some of these practices I'll cover, and I'll also put in my own travel experience,
Okay,
and you
okay.
can add in yours as well.
Sure.
But the first is social engagement. So I don't know what it is, but when you are traveling, sometimes you are more open to being
Yes.
able to talk to people. So you're talking to locals, maybe you're talking
true.
to other tourists, other travelers, especially if you're traveling to a foreign country and you don't speak the language. When you do hear the language that you do speak, it's like,
Yes.
oh, I speak that language too. Where are you from?
Oh, exactly.
Right? Oh, like, how long have you been traveling? And you start having these conversations, which usually, if I'm having dinner or a meal out here, I'm not going to the next table. Hey, what are you having? Oh, what did you do yesterday? What are you going to do tomorrow?
Because people would be looking at you like,
Yeah, and you don't want to be
You're so
bothered when you're
weird.
eating usually,
Yeah.
right? In your home country.
true.
But when you're traveling, there's something about, like the excitement
The
and
openness kind of, right?
Yeah. And so I'm maybe you're a much more friendlier person. But I realized, I noticed random people would start conversation with me, and I would be happy to have conversation with them. I actually got some great traveling tips from people. But even eating at a meal, the table next to me was like, oh, I really suggest that you have this. It was so good. It was one of their starters. And then we started talking, and we ended up being from California, the same state.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we started
That's the
talking.
best.
Yeah, and having this whole conversation. But do you feel that way when you're on vacation?
I am a completely different person. Like, okay, the morning wave in Busan cat versus the teaching at school cat, that's a different persona. Versus me, like, off-duty cat in Busan, that's a different cat.
Yeah.
But when I am out of the country or somewhere far, far away,
Yeah.
away from Busan where I know nobody will know me
Yeah.
or recognize my voice, I'm a completely different person. I let my hair down.
Yeah.
It's so like,
Yeah,
it's a different me.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yes.
invigorating. You're open to so many more things.
Oh, yes.
Right? Yes,
I agree.
I agree. So the second practice is appreciating nature. So usually when you're traveling, you're there to see the landscapes. It's something different that you've never seen before.
Okay.
You want to see that mountain. You want to see that lake, that river. Maybe you've seen a million mountains before, but you're in a new place. So you're going to seek out those things.
Sure.
And a lot of those things are in nature. So being out in nature, of course, helps to alleviate stress. You're practicing gratitude. Like I said, you've seen a million mountains, but when I was traveling around, I was in Switzerland looking at these mountains like
Switzerland?
yes.
So jealous.
I had so much gratitude. I was like, oh, I've seen mountains before, but these mountains are so
different.
beautiful. They're different. I'm in a different place. So I was practicing
Swiss
a lot of
Alps.
gratitude
Yeah.
in that. Even things like lakes or rivers, streams, I've seen a million streams, but for some reason when you're traveling, you're like, that's the most beautiful stream ever. I'm taking pictures of all the streams.
Aw.
So you're practicing gratitude for this nature.
Right.
And it leads to the next healthy practice, walking exercise. So when you are traveling, you are probably getting in more steps than you would when you're at home. So I was tracking my steps every day, and I was 15, maybe 20,000 steps, which is definitely more than I get on my regular day here in Busan. And you're taking public transportation. When you're traveling, you're trying to see all the sights. You're going from one place to the next to the next. And lots of times you're usually walking, but also you're more open to doing other leisurely travel activities like biking, maybe hiking, maybe swimming if you're somewhere the weather is nice. So you're doing more of these activities, helping to keep your circulation pumping, your metabolism is increasing, which is also great for your immunity.
Yes.
So these things are all contributing to maybe keeping you young.
I agree. So people are very chatty on our on our board. Like we have a Misuk waiver who says, can traveling make you younger? Nope, not when you're traveling with your in-laws.
Oh.
Oops. I said it for you.
Yes, it is depending on the situation,
And who you're with.
and who you're with,
Very
definitely.
important.
Maybe you need to separate some time away from people when you're traveling.
Yes.
Yeah. So strategic. Be strategic about your
Drift
travel.
monkey. Sounds like Bonnie had a great time away. That was much needed. They hear it in your voice.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Maybe I need to go away again. I was just doing research. It was research,
Our
not
producer's
vacation.
She's just looking at you like,
It was research.
really?
Well, so there's another fourth practice to this traveling lifestyle that keeps you young, nutritious meals. Now, this one I kind of feel like it was very, very situational, dependent on where you are.
Yes.
But a lot of times when you are traveling to a place, you're traveling and you're wanting to try the local cuisine. A lot of time, local cuisine includes local produce.
Yes.
And depending on where you go, let's say you're going to a Mediterranean country, really great, healthy food practices over there.
Yum.
Also, if you're in like a tropical area, you tend to eat the fruit more because that's the fruit that you can't get in your home country.
Sure.
So you're tending to kind of go into the local markets, trying local produce. So this can be healthier than what you are used to. But also, when I'm on vacation, I tend to eat a lot more. So I don't know if that is actually healthier. But a lot of people usually...
But you're moving around so much, probably.
Yeah.
It all balances
That's
out,
what
I'm
I
sure.
think,
yes.
too.
Yes. That's what we all want to believe.
So there are multiple other travel benefits, of course, besides the ones I just shared. But people tend to be more relaxed, of course, because you're on vacation. You're not thinking about work.
Sure.
You're going on vacation to kind of get away from the daily to-do list that you have. So most of the time, you should be more relaxed. Your stress levels decrease. And you're having these new life experiences. You're meeting new people. So when you're coming in contact with unfamiliar circumstances, your metabolism goes up, you're increasing your overall health, you're improving your immunity, you're outside, and your actual brain neurons are like firing off new little systems because you're trying something new and you're somewhere new that you've never been. So it's actually really good for your mental health as well.
As you were saying this in my mind, I drifted a little because I was thinking on my next trip, I need to go not with my roommate, but with girlfriends or something. No, the reason. Let me tell you, there's a reason.
Okay.
I love my roommate. Bless his soul. Honey, I love you. But he doesn't going. He doesn't travel, walking about and trying street foods and trying. He wants to go to the nice hotel dinner.
Yeah.
And then to a nice show. He wants to show me the finer things in life.
Yes.
But I want to try. I want to go barefoot.
Yeah.
And I want to walk around at night. And he's like, it's too dangerous. We might get mugged.
Yeah, so who you go with, I do think
it's really
that's a big factor as well. But I do think, this trip, I did a lot of soloing more than I usually would because I went with my mom and she can't do most of like the hiking trails and things. And I actually really enjoyed the solo.
The solo part
I've never
of it?
been on an actual solo trip.
And it was good?
And I actually really enjoyed it. Like I could do what I wanted to, when I wanted to, for how long I wanted to. So it kind of inspired me to take more maybe solo trips later on.
Yes.
I'm open to it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, anything else that we should keep in mind as we wrap up our discussion today?
Well, I want to also note that yes, there are positive. So the whole study was on positive traveling experiences.
Okay.
But there are like negative traveling experience. I don't want to say like all travel is so stress-free. There are definitely things that we have to think about when we're traveling that can be negative.
Yes.
So, obviously infectious diseases are transmitted during travel. There's food and water safety issues. Sometimes you have less access to proper health care.
That's
so
true.
all of these things are factors that we need to think about as well. But, a firstpost.com said in their article, travel therapy could serve as a groundbreaking health intervention.
Travel therapy.
Yes.
That's
So I think
way.
it's about changing our perception about travel as just being something fun and just something recreational and leisurely, but actually thinking about it as a mental health practice, as something that is good for our health, our well-being. And maybe if we think of it this way, people are more likely to do more of it.
I'm still on the solo trip part. My mind hasn't recovered.
Maybe we can start prescribing this.
Yes. I need it.
Yes.
Stat.
Yes.
My doctor
It's a
said
medical.
travel therapy needed.
Yes.
Well, thank you for this. This was really, really fascinating. I'm glad that you're back.
Oh, thank you. Me
and
too.
we will definitely check in with you next week. Thank you, Bonnie.
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.